Check 1, 2 in the place to be. It's Steve here at the TheDjLab, and I'm testing my Sony A7 IV camera. And instead of doing USB-C, which I usually do, I just go USB-C in to capture my stuff. I decided, you know what? I do have the Elgato. What is this? The Elgato HD60S Plus that I bought from one of these Amazon return places, and I got it for like, I don't know, 30 bucks or something crazy. I got it cheap. And I never use it, never really bothered with it. So I thought, let me try, because when you're using the Sony camera through HDMI, you can go in there and tweak a few more settings on the camera, just like if you're recording a movie. So you can do like the skin effects, you know, adjust the D range optimizer for your dynamic range, and there's just a bunch of things you can really tweak and adjust. And I'm testing to see, you know, do the lights behind me look better, for instance? Do I look better? There's just a bunch of little camera tweaks I did in there, white balance tweaks and all kinds of shit, to see, does this look better? Because from what I can see, you know, like USB-C does a pretty good job, but I think this looks just a little better because there's a few more adjustments I can actually do within the camera to just really make it pop, you know what I mean? So I don't know if you're in here and you think the camera looks better, you're a regular that comes in. I know it's a little bit late. This is an unusual time for me to be on. I'm not staying on long. I just really want to do a stream so I can watch back and take a look at it and see how good does it look, right? And oh, I gotta do something. Okay, I'm back in the frame now. So a little focus breathing out of this lens here. This, by the way, just for anyone who's halfway interested with camera shit, this is the Samyang 35mm f1.8. And I was thinking about maybe buying a different lens, but I gotta say, for this purpose here, and when I'm reading about it, 35mm is like the perfect, I mean, for the distance I am where I sit, 35mm, I'm like, there's my arm. I'm still about maybe 4 inches away from the camera with my arm. About 4 inches, yeah, I guess about 4, maybe 5 inches from the lens. And I think it has a good look. Before, I was using my 24 to 70mm Sigma, which was a $1,600, no, sorry, $1,700 lens. And it looked nice. Don't get me wrong. But I was zooming in a little bit. I was probably zooming in to about this 35mm look anyways. And it was a very heavy camera to be on a little tripod. I got one of these little Gorilla tripod things here. I need to get a proper camera mount. But for now, this seems to be kind of working for me. And I bought this lens used. Oh, I think I paid like 250 bucks or something for this lens. Goes for about 500 on Amazon. And I mean, I don't think my video can look any better than this. The only thing I would really wish I could pull off that I just can't seem to do is the Elgato can't do a 4K stream. It can record 4K, but I can't get the 4K out of it. And even the 60 frames a second, I don't know, like, does this really look 60 frames a second, or is it looking more like 30? And they do say, you know, 24 is kind of the way to go. But I kind of want to do 4K 60, and I'm still, with this expensive camera, I'm not doing 4K 60. And that was the goal all along. But really, I don't think I need to stream in 4K because this shit looks pretty good. What else am I thinking about here? So another advantage that really about using this stupid HDMI cable is the fact I do have an A10 mini switcher. And, you know, I do have other cameras. I have the Sony ZV, was it the ZV-1F? And that has a 20 millimeter lens on it, which would be good for an overhead shot of the gear, to be honest. So I kind of really need to do that. I need to set the desk up where I can switch between face camera and switch to an overhead camera. And that's ideally what I need to do. Okay, let me just see what's I can't see from here what you just messaged, by the way. I think I know it's Corey. That's all I know from here. Let's go to Alan. Yeah, so now I'm just looking on my phone to see how this is looking. And it looks I probably the only thing I could probably adjust on this thing maybe just a little bit as I'm looking back on my phone is maybe the contrast. Maybe it's a contrast. Maybe I need to bump up the light a little bit. But it's sure to hell. Shit, thanks, Alan, for the $4, buddy. I was sitting here doing a test. I wasn't expecting any moolah, but I appreciate it. Do you think I'm looking like I'm 60 frames a second? Because I don't really. I guess maybe maybe it's looking 60, but I don't think so. You think it's a bit dim? So here's something too. I was just at a big photography expo where they got all the lights and shit. With my eyes and my fucking vertigo and stuff, there's absolutely no way could I sit here with like big old fucking light boxes around me and shit and have that kind of look. I couldn't do that. The aperture right now is at 1.8. Now my ISO I can change. My ISO's sitting pretty low here. About like 320. So I can get myself like, say, if I'm like there, and shit, there's a couple other things I could change here too. I got to go into my creator app here, make a couple changes. Because now I'm looking a little bit orangey looking, I think. I'm looking like the Donald at the moment. So I think my color balance, let's set the auto and see if that changes anything. Okay, there. My color balance is probably much better now, I bet. Sorry, my white balance. So yeah, white balance is probably right about where it should be. And what else did I want to change here? There's some things I can't change on the app, but okay, once again, I can't see what everyone's saying here. Let me get back in there to the chat. So you think that's good right there. The only thing I would like to adjust, to be honest, is the contrast a little bit. Like, it does look pretty accurate, to be honest, but the one thing, it doesn't have the, you know, I like to have that moody kind of look. So if you notice on my videos, I don't go for the straight thing. I try to have a little bit of that cinematic, moody something going on. So I'm going to turn off the skin effect. How do I do that shit now? Hold on a second here. Shit. Trying to work backwards here is difficult. Oh, the picture profiles. There we go. Picture profile. I don't know. How's that picture profile look? Is it like a little too black? Okay. I think that's like, this is it. Now, one of the issues, oh, no, just what happened here. Did I freeze up? There we go. No, it wasn't it was me. I froze up. I think I moved the camera or something and the HDMI popped out. That looks about as fucking good as I think it's gonna get here. I'm sure I could probably fuck around a little bit more, but that's pretty good. All that twisting my head around and shit almost fucking put me in a goddamn dizzy attack. Like, it's almost midnight here. Seriously, something's really fucked with my neck. It's a combination of things, perhaps. I have arthritis in my neck, and they found a nodule on my thyroid that I had to go get ultrasound. But when I started researching it, and the doctors are fucked up here. The doctors said arthritis would not affect, in my neck, would not affect dizziness and vertigo. And this whole thyroid thing, no one even mentioned it to me. I just researched it and saw that, you know what? Even the thyroid issue can fuck with your dizziness and your balance and all this shit. So there's something, man. It's been like shit, like almost 10 years dealing with this fucking shit, trying to find out what the fuck is wrong. And no thanks to the doctors, I think maybe I'm getting closer to figuring it out. Fuck, this stream looks good. I don't know, you know, it's funny how expensive camera, I'm going this USB-C, and I'm not taking full advantage of what the camera can really do by not using the HDMI. It's just extra shit, you know what I mean? I don't like to have to... Sony did a really stupid thing. They put the HDMI and all the cables on the side where the fucking screen flips out, and that was just dumb. That was just really stupid. But, I didn't even think. I'm not that fucking smart sometimes. I got an HDMI out on the Elgato so I could plug it into my portable monitor, and I don't know what I'm doing here sometimes. So yeah, if you're still here, you're watching, just let me know. What do you think? Does this look good? The light needs to be softened from the right side. Okay. Like, you know, I could turn it off completely, but if it's off, I think it's like, you know, too dark. And maybe I could go down one more. And that's one more down. So there. Now it's a pretty even lighting situation here. And like I said, a lot of the times I was doing this shit, I purposely had this, like, you know, the different colors to give this atmospheric fucking look. Because I watch a lot of videos about how people do their shit. And I wasn't trying to go for this straight, normal looking video like you typically see. I was trying to have this more, the mood that, you know, it was, well, right now it is late, but typically daytime, I've got lighting going, so it looks, you know, the oranges and the shit, it looks like it's much moodier and later in the day than it actually is. But you're right. Taking that light off the side of my face definitely does give it some improvement for sure. It looks nice and colorful. And, yeah, considering it's a bullshit light beside me. Everything I got going on here is kind of bullshit, to be honest. Except for the camera. You know, camera is good. Even this mic. Mic looks good, sounds good enough. It could probably be a little bit better. I've got the Shure mic, but this mic just looks more interesting. Especially with the lights back here and it's glowing in front of me. Fuck. That's the whole point here. I'm always experimenting with some kind of shit. Just experimenting around. That's it. Ultimately, what I was trying to do is so the camera can go into APC mode and zoom in. And I thought maybe I could even do the digital zoom remotely from my app, but I don't think the Creative app can actually do a digital zoom in, because it would have been cool while I'm doing a live stream to just do like a little crop in and a crop out type situation. And technically, I guess like through OBS and using I have an Elgato Stream Deck, I could do the same thing. I can make two scenes and just have one cropped in a little bit more and punch it in and punch it out and do that kind of bullshit, but whatever. Anyways, guys, like I said, this was just a test. I'm not going to stick around. It's late. I got to get to sleep, man, before I have a fucking complete vertigo dizzy attack around here. Thanks for stopping by while I did this little test. Thanks, Alan, for the shoot me a couple of bucks. I appreciate that. It's always nice to see people support the channel. And come around tomorrow, and I'll do a proper stream tomorrow, and with these settings, and we'll see how the rest of the crew feels about the new improved, tweaked look of the video. Have a good night.